House war. The White House war with the media hit a new level yesterday when Deputy Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders had a tirade against reporters, and it was interrupted by a journalist called Brian Karem. Take a look.
If we make the slightest mistake, the slightest word is off, it is just an absolute tirade from a lot of people in this room.
Why in the name of heavens? Any one of us, right, are replaceable, and any one of us, if we don't get it right, the audience has the opportunity to turn the channel or not read us. You have been elected to serve for 4 years at least. There's no option other than that. We're here to ask you questions.
Right.
You're here to provide the answers. And what you just did is inflammatory to people all over the country who look at it and say, see, once again, the president's right and everybody else out here is fake media.
So, what'd you think?
Well, I just wish that the other reporters would have backed him up. Like, after he said that, they went on to some other topic. Somebody else should have at least seconded the motion, you know?
They have to stick together because, you know, I think what's scary is she's doing what she's being told to do. This is coming directly from the president. This is coming from the White House. And what they're trying to do, I think, is damage the freedom of the press, which is protected by our Constitution, which is protected by the First Amendment. And if you look at the recent polls, a majority, 65% of voters believe there's a lot of fake news in the mainstream media, and majority says the mainstream media publishes fake news, and 37% trust the White House versus 29% who favor the political media. We need to be very concerned about this because this is what happens in Russia. This is what happens in China. When you believe the government, state-sponsored news over the people, you're leading, it's a dictatorship.
Where was Spicer? Hiding in the bushes? Where is Spicer?
She also talks in there a little bit about how the sources are off and the media is getting quotes from people that are unnamed and all these things. But meanwhile, the press house briefings that have gone on for years and years and years, they're removing audio, they're removing visual, they're having illustrators draw pictures like a courtroom. You're wondering why things are possibly getting misrepresented when you aren't the source and you don't let them come and hear directly from you. What are you expecting?
I mean, I like her. I think she's very good at her job. Her job is to kind of push back on media, and that's what she's doing. That's what any press secretary
is the agenda of the White House.
Yeah, but and every press secretary does this. We see it through every administration. But she is echoing the sentiment of a lot of people across the country who are tired of the media. Look, they can investigate the collusion between the Trump administration and Russia, and I think they should do that, and that's what's happening. But I turn on the TV so many times, and I see that chyron running across various news outlets with no new information. It's just being pushed out there. Investigations with Russia continue. Yeah, we know. Then say, investigations
we only know because the reporters are telling us that it's going on.
It's made, and there's been a bombshell report coming out of people that went behind the scenes at CNN. I think a lot of it is for ratings, but there's no new information, and there's plenty to cover. You want to criticize Trump's policy, go criticize other stuff and let that investigation unfold. It just looks like it's very crowded.
I think it speaks more to the 24-hour news cycle than it does because even when it was an airplane wreck or something else, when no new news broke for 5 days straight, all you saw were those types of headlines. So I don't think that speaks as much to the focus, but in that press briefing, she also said this Russian hoax. The part that's misleading about that is we're listening to the White House call it a hoax when there's an active investigation. She then said there's been no evidence. We can't have evidence because it's an open investigation. So I find that it's just misleading when you're the source, you're the White House.
The other thing that keeps happening, and maybe that's what we're not saying, is every other day someone new is named as having a connection to Russia.
That's right.
Yeah. So part of what keeps happening is like, it's like Bobby Lou Smith is connected to Russia, and Boopy 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 is connected to Russia, and everybody and their mama is connected to Russia. So I think, and then there's, you know, the Jared Kushner got paid by these people. So we're seeing a lot more stuff about Russia than we would ever see. In any other time. And had this been any other president, I don't think they would have been able to get away with any of this. With having, as you know, with having
These ties to Russia.
not just the ties to Russia, but having the business continue with your name all over. Having family members have their businesses with all these all these countries that we keep saying, well, we don't want to be in business with them, and yet we keep having these very bizarre things. So I think there's a lot of cool stuff.
Can I make a point?
Yeah, of course.
To that point, they own all three branches of government right now. They own the House of Representatives, the Senate, the executive branch, right? Now they even own the Supreme Court with Neil Gorsuch over there, probably. And if somebody retires, they'll get another one like him.
The Supreme Court is supposed to be objective,
by the way, he is to the right of Clarence Thomas, this guy.
Neil
okay?
Gorsuch?
Yeah.
I don't know
so
about that.
what I'm saying is the deal is stacked. They have all this, and we have the press.
Yeah.
So the press has to fight him.
The press shouldn't be aligned with a party. I mean,
but
it shouldn't
the press
be
is the watchdog of the government and has always been.
It should be the watchdog of every government, though.
No,
I disagree. I strongly disagree on that. But
what do you disagree?
That it's been the watchdog of every government. You think that the press, the mainstream media at large, is as tough, was as tough on the Obama administration as it is on the Trump administration?
Are you kidding?
Mainstream media at large?
Well, let me point something out to you. Actually, there are a lot of folks in this audience that see a little bit differently because we see it from a different perspective. We see it from a different perspective. In that, we watched the mainstream media sit back while he was called un-American, while he was called all kinds of stuff. Yeah, he took a lot of hits. I know you don't see it from that perspective, but when I look, I've never seen any president except this one questioned the way he was questioned. The press, said, yeah, well, no, he is an American, but they didn't get all over. They didn't stand up and say,
their controversy. They covered everything. You think that the pitfalls of Obamacare, of the way that law was passed on deceit, that wasn't covered the way.
It was all over the. Wait, hold up. We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
Sir, in the House.
Oh, I was just going to add when we were talking about whether the press covers things a certain way. Anyone that's ever worked specifically in television knows if they've sold their soul to anyone, it's ratings and advertisers, and it's not parties. So, when it leans one way, it's all about what viewers want to tune in for. So they're going to go for sensational headlines. They're going to go for something that grabs your attention, which is always going to be the more fantastical things, the crazy things that are said. And this administration just offers in abundance.
It's a font.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have, though, now, the Washington Post has had to retract 2 stories related to Russia. You have CNN now. These 3 journalists just got fired because they didn't properly source something related to Russia. So it does seem like there is a leap. All I'm saying is let them investigate it, but you don't have to come on television every day and be looking. It seems like a hunt to find something. Let FBI do its job.
Well, the reason they're doing that is because Donald Trump and his cronies do not come out with the truth about what they've done. If he would, why are they so lawyered up? They're so lawyered up. And he keeps saying Russia had nothing to do with it. That's a lie, and he knows it.
History, and if it's a hoax, why don't they just come clean?
It's probably because they're guilty, but they don't say that.
He's saying I didn't collude with Russia, and they're investigating whether he colluded with Russia.
But he says so many things.
That's why they're investigating
so many things. And speaking of what?
We have a legal note.
What?
CNN hasn't said specifically that its Russia story was wrong, only that it didn't meet its editorial standard. However, news organizations typically submit important stories to multiple layers of editing, and CNN says that doesn't appear to be the case here.
Okay.
But
so
3
now,
journalists resigned.
But what's interesting is we've had 3 or 4 journalists resign. People have had to retract stuff. This dude has retracted jack doodle.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. And speaking of alternate facts, at least 4, we're told, at least 4 golf courses owned by the current White House resident were asked to take down Time magazine covers that seem to feature him. Why did they want them taken down? Because they're not real. Okay? Now, the question is, do you think he's aware? I'm supposed to phrase this very specifically. Do you think he is unaware that these false things are up?
Is he being facetious? Like, is he funny? If they're not funny, I don't know why you'd ever hang them up.
Well, it's part of his PR thing. Like, remember when he was that guy Steve Miller pretending that he was his own, that he was a PR guy talking about Donald Trump?
Right.
Oh, yeah. And it was him. It was him.
Okay.
And so this is a similar idea. You know, I'm going to just promote myself, even if it's a lie.
Well, let me show you, because Time has asked the golf courses to remove these cover shots. But we have a couple of suggestions for replacement.
Let's see.
All right. So we like this one. We think this would be really interesting and really good for like their whole look. But then there's also this one.
Oh, that's good.
Which gives you a more nostalgic look that kind of says, yes, I've been around, I've been in the military, not, but it just gives that feel like New York.
Oh, I like that.
That one is the one. You see?
It looks like I enjoy that one.
I don't think there's much to say, but I will tell you, there is one that is on the at the newsstands right now that we think is really important and good for it. You can get this on newsstands today. And we will be right back.
That's a good one.
You might take something for your heart, your joints.
Welcome back. You know, racially traumatic incidents are way too common in the U.S., as we all know, and researchers are just beginning to uncover the impact that it seems to have on mental health. Hopefully this viral video that a Louisiana woman posted after a traffic stop will be a bit of a wake-up call.
I got pulled over by a police officer, and I couldn't understand why, because I knew I wasn't speeding. He said, I was just checking on you. And as he said that, I just broke down crying, and I told him, I said I was so scared. And he just kept saying, please don't cry, please don't cry. I just really was just checking on you, and I just wanted you to be safe. And I just noticed you were driving a little slow, and I was just checking to make sure you weren't tired. And he just gave me a hug and told me to be safe and take care.
So, I mean, will this show people that for folks of color, sometimes there's just no such thing as a routine traffic stop?
Yeah.
You think people will understand, because I think a lot of people don't realize that it is, you know, we have to start thinking 2 or 3 times ahead of where do I put my hands? I want to make sure he can see everything.
It's terrifying. I mean, it's not as terrifying for me because as a former prosecutor, you know, I know how to interact with police officers, and I actually have a card that says former federal prosecutor so that we know we're on the same page. You know, I have that, but I talk about it on the show all the time. I worry so much about my husband and my father and my son, because we know that even in 2016, 34% of the unarmed people were black males, even though black males are only 6% of the population that were killed by police officers.
As I was watching that, and another thought came to me, because I think that black people, we know this now, are constantly stopped. They don't get cabs, and it's terrible and terrifying. I think that this girl's, I related to some part of this because the kindness that this particular policeman showed was so counterintuitive to what she expected. It's like when you go to the doctor after a traumatic, you've been treated lousy by one doctor, and you go to another and he's kind to you, you cry more from the kindness than you did when you were treated badly. And I thought that's what that sounded like to me.
And it's almost like there was a study recently on PTSD. And they say that because when you're seeing all of these police shootings of unarmed black men and you're part of that community, you can actually suffer from PTSD. There are people that are traumatized. I know, I talk to you guys about it all the time. I am traumatized every time my son is away from me and he's leaving the house. I am traumatized by it because I don't know how to make it safe for him. I mean, I know that 1 in 5 kids under the age of 14 drown. Right? So I made sure that my kids had swimming lessons. How do I make sure that my black boy goes out and is safe? How do I do that? And it's almost impossible to do that these days.
I think it's really important, too, that this officer, we talk about empathy a lot and the need for empathy. And when I watch this, it always shocks me because I've been privileged enough to not have to live those moments so far. I get stopped by a cop, it doesn't even occur to me. But just because it doesn't occur to me doesn't mean that I shouldn't have empathy for the experience of people who live that every time. So it's very eye-opening, I think, to see that. I appreciate it
to you. It doesn't have to happen to you.
Right. To feel someone's pain.
Right.
All anybody has to do is think for 1 minute. Why would we make this up? Why would we make it up? We don't have any reason.
We don't have to. It's on video.
No, but the point is, most people don't believe that it's right. That's when people say, "Oh, you just playing the race card." No,
I don't know if it's they always can't believe. I think there's a special when you actually feel it.
Well, yeah, but it would be nice not to have to show this in order for you to understand what we're talking about.
You just cooperate,
we'll
nothing will happen.
Hi, this is Amy, Jason, and Will, and we are going to be on The View doing a little game.
The House, Amy Poehler and Will Ferrell play parents running an underground casino to put their daughter through college. But they need to work on their cover story, as you will see. Take a look.
I'm going to tell you the truth. We are taking a Chinese class. Ni hao.
Beijing. Beijing? Did you say Beijing? That's just a place.
You know what? You're kind of acting like a...
What did you just say?
I didn't say it. I didn't vocalize it.
Oh. If it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's probably a...
Bitch.
You just said bitch. You just called me a bitch. Don't say that word.
It's so hard being a parent.
Please welcome the incredible Will Ferrell and Amy Poehler.
Standing ovations. Amy and I are so used to standing ovations, so thank you.
Why is it when I look at him, I only see George Bush? Even the dance on the way out. But
oh, that was George Bush?
It seemed a little George Bush-esque, but something he would do. But you guys have an awesome cast in the house.
Yes.
I can only imagine what it's like on set. What was the craziest thing that we want to imagine you guys just play pranks on each other and...
Well, we're so tired. I mean, you know what I mean? Pranks are exhausting.
Yeah. It's a lot of work.
I wish we could say that we played pranks all day long, but a lot of it was just,
we definitely had a great time off camera, doing bits with each other, but there was a lot of like, cut and everyone to your phones.
Oh, so you're a bunch of millennials.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
They do that in right. I say, we'll be right back, and I look, and they're all like this.
Can I check mine right now?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
I don't.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
But Will and I are both the kind of comic actors who aren't on all the time.
Saying actor.
You're welcome.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And we're not on all the time, so we tend to just kind of power down in between scenes.
I think you're on all the time. I bet you are. Well,
I've heard he's quiet.
I have my days.
Already he's out here.
I have my days. Well, there was a couple days where I would show up in the hair and makeup trailer with a neck brace and say, the true story. It's true, guys. Say, Amy, you're gonna have to carry me today.
He would come and pretend.
I slept awkward. I had a bad sleep.
Yeah.
And
that was a fun bit.
That was a fun bit. And then I would take the neck brace off
and then have to
diligently go to work. So it's not that exciting. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Still love it.
Yeah.
This is the first time you guys have worked together in a film, yeah? But
we did Blades of Glory, which is
oh my gosh,
the greatest ice skating comedy of all time.
I have to concur.
All the Union Crew guys love Blades of Glory. but we
weren't in it very much. Yeah, we had kind of separate storylines. So this is the first time we played a couple. And I feel like Will and I, you know, we are a very both-like couple, I think.
Yes,
you match.
Yeah, we match, right?
Yeah,
we match.
Yeah.
And we're
both white.
Yeah, we're both white.
You know, that helps.
Caucasian, middle class looking.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, suburban.
You want to marry someone that looks like they could be your brother, right?
Yeah.
Is that weird? Totally.
That's the goal out there.
But you guys even overlapped on SNL, am I right?
Yeah, we overlapped a year, actually, only a year.
Yeah.
But I mean, I spent that year just following.
Oh my gosh, I remember that.
Will around. Oh, Dratch.
Yeah.
I just followed Will around and tried to, you know.
Oh, that was my favorite. The conference room where he rubs up against everyone in the little skivvies.
One of the great things you did when you were there was to do Hillary Clinton. You had her cackle down, right? You had the laugh down.
I mean, you know.
Can you do it?
2000. I did like a fake, kind of just my version of her laugh, which is like, like that, kind of. But Kate McKinnon is so good.
Yeah, she's good.
I mean, and
both of you are good.
She owns that impression now, so she owns it.
Is there anybody now in politics that you wish, if you were back there, that you would be doing? Who would you be doing now?
Oh, I'd love to take a crack at Ted Nugent.
Oh, Ted Nugent. Oh, in the Melissa McCarthy tradition of doing that.
I just would like to play a wired version of Ted Nugent.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be in my wheelhouse.
And Will, you have a great, as Sarah pointed out, a great W impression.
Oh my God.
Let's look at a clip.
Quick presidential update. I'm doing quite well, thank you. History's proven to be kinder to me than many of you thought. I miss you too. For the longest time, I was considered the worst president of all time. That has changed.
That was very strange to be in front of that audience and people literally shouting, "We miss you."
Well, it just goes to show you how much Trump has turned everybody against him, and we even want W back. I even miss him, which is unbelievable.
He's become an elder statesman.
Do you miss him? Do you miss him?
Do I miss him?
Yeah.
In lieu of the current situation?
Yeah.
I kind of, I mean, you know, ish.
Yes. Amy, and you recently accepted
I know he misses us.
I could watch you do that all day long.
You recently accepted the Inspiration Award at Glamour's Women of the Year ceremony in London. So big congratulations for that.
Oh boy. It was a tough morning. That was a tough pick.
We need a couple funny.
I came in second.
Yeah,
a very close second.
I showed up thinking I was winning it, and he won it.
Glamour Women's Award.
It was a women's award, so it was close, but it was still close.
Yeah, it was very close.
Yeah.
You made a couple funny Trump jokes.
Yeah, well, I think I was just talking about how this year has been different. It's been different, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's been a lot of
It's different.
rage crying and eating my feelings, and I was just joking that I was just doing a little Trump in the room because there was a lot of glamorous people in the room, so I was just telling everybody that they were all 10s and that the night was going to be huge.
But that's generous. He doesn't give out 10s very often.
He doesn't give out 10s. You're right. He's very, very picky about his 10s.
Yeah.
It's been.
That's our president.
That's our president.
Yeah.
Isn't it interesting that most funny people don't like him?
Well, you know why?
Why?
He provides too much comedy. So it's like, it's enough.
He does. Whereas Obama provided no comedy hardly.
It's interesting. Obama was almost the opposite. Obama was like hard to get a take on because he was so smooth and cool.
Yeah.
And cool can be the death of comedy as well.
That's right.
That's why W's perfect.
He was really.
He's like Goldilocks. You know? Not too hot, not too cold. God, I'm on fire today. I'm really on fire.
You are, Will.
So,
trying my best.
He's doing so well. Will and Amy are going to stick around. And their co-star, Jason Mantzoukas.
Yes.
Will join us when we come back.
Yeah, the topics here are hot and only getting hotter.
There we go.
Because this is the place where strong women.
Tracy Ellis Ross making history.
It's very nice to relive that moment. I felt so rooted for.
Come to be heard and voice their view.
We have got to stay connected to each other.
Smart, funny, fearless women.
You talk about your weight a lot. You're a very normal-looking girl. In fact, a little bit thin.
A little bit thin's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me, so thank you.
We are You Strong all day long.
Love us or hate us, you're not going to hear what we do anywhere else.
You tell.
If it's happening here, trust us to bring it to you. Fox 45 News at 10.
That's the my entire life.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
And we can gamble here for real money. I mean, this isn't like one of those charity things where you think you're winning, but then you have to give it to cancer research.
You win it, you keep it.
Let the games of chance begin.
We are back with Will Ferrell, Amy Poehler, and we're joined now by their hilarious co-star in the house, Jason Mantzoukas. Now, you guys, this was a show about gambling. Are any of you real-life gamblers?
I'm against betting except dog races. I love it. I love
That's
it.
terrible.
Greyhound races,
That's
they
terrible.
are the best.
You're
Yeah.
kidding.
The
He's
excitement.
kidding.
I fly down to Florida 3 times a year and just let it ride.
I would rather have a steak and go see Britney than lose my money.
Style.
Yeah.
That's what I would like to do. I love the show.
Yeah.
I would love to go see a show before I would like to hand my money over.
And do you bet on Britney?
Yeah.
Do you bet on, like, how do you make money?
Yeah.
Won't there be a snake? Won't there be
Exactly.
a snake? That kind of
Let's
thing.
be honest, there's always a snake.
You know, Jason, most people identify you from the league.
Yes, that's true.
Right?
That is true. That guy very excited.
Yes, he's very excited. But you also co-wrote Ride Along, is that right?
I did, yeah, I did. The Ice Cube Kevin Hart movie, yes. Which was very fun.
Amy, you met Jason when you did Upright Citizens.
Yeah,
Brigade.
many years ago,
Before the
probably.
beard? Was this, BB?
Pre-beard. I've known Jason through many different facial hair variations.
Sideburns,
Yeah.
mustache,
Girls
all
like this? You find that they come on to you with this beard or not?
You know, why are you asking, Joy? What's up?
I think Joy likes it.
I enjoy,
You like a beard?
I enjoy it.
It is either women are very into it,
Yeah.
i.e. like girls at bars are like, I want to touch your beard. Don't care for that, by the way. Or they're like, wait, you think he's cute? Like sometimes people will be like, I think Jason Mantzoukas is cute, and everybody under the comments will be like, why? Like, are you serious? You must be into homeless people.
It's funny.
Oh, my God. And Will,
I am single, ladies.
you could have a piece of this, guys.
So if you're into a guy that looks homeless but owns a home.
But might gamble it away.
Like, yes.
However, I'm married, so relax.
Yeah.
All right? Relax.
And Will, I actually read that in high school you used to do the school announcements in different voices.
Different voices, different fun characters.
Do you have a couple
See,
examples?
look what a crazy guy I was.
You're
what
so
I
cute.
did was
Are you the homecoming queen?
I took Kristen's. No, that's Kristen Clark. I took her crown and I put it on
I knew
instead
that
of her
was
wearing it.
And then
Wow.
you knew that you were funny. There you are.
Yeah.
In a
Proves
you
I was
hat.
on the baseball team.
Yep.
You're that kind of wacky kid. I bet you were like a real cut-up. Right?
I was. I would say I was a conscientious class clown.
Okay.
I
Not
would do
spirited, but
not
funny.
mean-spirited, do some fun jokes. And the teacher said, please, can you calm down? I'm like, you got it. Go right back to work.
Amy and Jason, what were you guys like in high school?
I was a good student. My parents were both public school teachers, so I was like, good student.
Love that.
Oh, Amy. You even have the little wings.
Yeah, I'm a lot older than you. And
No,
back
you're not.
then we used to do that thing where, in the East Coast anyway, where you'd lift your hair out and then spray it.
And then dry it.
And then dry it.
What do you mean we still do that? How do you think I get this bouffant?
You guys, before we go, though, we really wanted to play this game. It's inspired by your movie. It's called Poker Face. Excuse me a minute. So, we are going to pair up. Jason, you're with me. Amy, you're with Joy.
Okay.
Will, Whoopi. You're each going to
But
get...
first, Lady Gaga's here!
game. It's not going to seem.
She's just being shy. She's just being shy. Ladies and gentlemen, Lady Gaga!
Nope. Now what are we going to do? They're not going to laugh at my game, you guys. Thank you. We each get 20 seconds on the clock, or you guys get 20 seconds to make us laugh, and we try not to break our poker face. Okay? Got it?
Oh, God.
There are no other rules. You can do anything.
Dead inside.
I can do anything?
Do anything, but don't
I can
touch
take all my clothes off?
If you'd like. Is it funny under there?
Sadly.
Okay.
Sadly, yes, it is there.
Let's get time on the clock, Jason. You're up first.
All right.
Okay. So I have to make you laugh.
It's not going to be hard.
Lady Gaga's circling the
Okay, Sarah, I really want to play the game right now and make you laugh. I feel really bad because I made a boom boom in my diaper. It's like all full. I don't know why. My tummy's all grumpy though. Maybe it's because for breakfast I had a bowl of rancid mayonnaise and 2 fistfuls of birdseed.
All right.
Did it work?
I broke a little.
I feel like there was a chuckle in there, but
my cheeks broke. I was trying to cheat.
She's gagging.
Yeah.
Laughing.
No, what we gotta. Okay, now Amy, it's your turn.
this
I don't
is
want to
tough.
miss. Okay,
It's gonna
ready?
be hard because I know.
You on cue. But
This
you're
is
gonna
tough.
do
And
that.
Joy
on
is
cue.
such a professional.
Okay, ready? 20 seconds on the clock.
I'm a good audience. Go ahead.
Okay, Joy, why don't we take this time instead of me trying to make you laugh? When you want to plug a few dates you got coming up, or performing in any? I mean, let's be honest. We're both dead inside.
Will, you are on 20 seconds on the clock.
Very easy.
That's what I heard. Go.
Hey, Whoopi. Remember in Sister Act? The Ukrainian version that's dubbed over? And remember that time that you came out and you're dressed as a nun and it was like, no way. I know she's really a jazz singer.
If you had done Baxter, I'd have been on the floor.
Right.
Wow.
I should have.
I thought she was going to go
That's the one.
You even gave me a hint.
Okay, you guys, thank you so much. A big thank you to Will, Amy, and Jason. The house is in theaters Friday, and we will be right back. We're dead inside.
So, welcome back. So, a hot topic we talked about on the show has accepted our invite to come for a visit. So please welcome Charlie the cool cat, who has fostered 25 kittens with the help from his human Chandler. Hey, Chandler. So you call Charlie a guardian angel. What makes him a guardian angel?
Well, first of all, Charlie is my guardian angel, and he has single-handedly rescued and fostered 25 cats here in New York. And he is fantastic because a lot of the animals have special needs or disabilities and don't trust me. And he is the perfect bridge between the human and the animal world.
Oh, how
Wonderful.
What do you think about Charlie that makes him so nurturing? I mean, you would think maybe from a female cat you would see this.
Right. So Charlie was actually a rescue himself. He was found when he was about a week old in a box in a campground.
Oh.
And
that's
then
empathy.
Empathy.
We were talking about empathy. The cat has it.
Yeah. So he was found in a box. He's like, I'm on the big city now.
You can let Charlie down if you want.
It's okay.
He'll run.
So he was found in a box, and I think he realizes that he was saved, and I think that he spends his life paying it forward to other animals that he can help.
Well, we heard Charlie has a birthday next week.
He does.
Charlie's going to be 7. Right?
He is, yes.
So we want to be the first to wish him a happy birthday. Don't clap those snaps. We don't want to scare the cat.
Thank you.
And then we have something special for him.
Amazing. Oh, he's scared.
That is so sweet.
Chandler, thank you for bringing Charlie.
Thank
and letting folks know that you can foster cats. You can do this at home as well, and you can be a rescue person. You can make a difference in a kitty's life. And also, a friend of mine, Adriana Tijani, wrote this summer's must-read love story, Kiss Carlo.
She's so
and
good.
members of our audience, don't go crazy because we don't want to scare the cat.
Scare the cat, snap.
But every one of you is getting a copy of the book. That's right. Yeah. So we want everybody to know that it was good of you to come to see us live. It was good of you to watch us on the TV. We want you to have a great day and take a little time to enjoy the view. Thank y'all. Yeah.